What's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Ola coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Late night. Interesting. I have 3 people hanging out with me, maybe 2 or 1. I'm not sure. Welcome, welcome. If you like this time, I like it. Okay. But yes, honestly, the reason why I came late is because no matter what, I want to make sure that I'm bringing that value on a daily basis, making sure I'm delivering. Okay, so even if you only got time to watch it later on in the day, I'm here for it. But I want to make sure I'm coming back and I'm bringing it. Good to see you, Ramont. You made it late night too. Good, good. If you like it, I'll keep doing it, But yes, today let's talk about this pre-foreclosure craziness that's coming. Okay, it's coming. It's a matter of time. Again, you just got to pay attention, right? As sad as that is, for many people that will probably encounter this situation, you can expect that a lot of people will benefit from it. A lot of opportunities will be created. Opportunities comes from problems, precisely. Okay, so and think of it this way: you didn't create the problem; they already have those problems. You're just showing up to add value to their lives, help them get rid of a piece of liability, camouflaged as a house, and you get to benefit from it, right? But before we get into all of that, who's this? Who am I? My name is Ola. Yes, I am the creator of my Empire Pro. I'm the author of 3 books. You can download all of them for free by simply attending the masterclass. The masterclasses are now on Saturdays and Sundays, so we have enough options for you to attend them. Also, there's a free course on the homepage of this page that you might want to take advantage of. Okay, so welcome back. Let's talk about this news in Houston. Every now and then I'll go local. I'll see what news is happening locally, and then because again, real estate is all local, right? So, and Houston happens to be one of those markets that has lots of pre-foreclosure to deal with, lots of activity, real estate activities in general, so we have to now, obviously, I do nationwide, but again, the idea is you need to understand at a very core level that real estate is local. Okay, so it's as local as literally 1 mile radius. So even if you're pulling comparables, you can't go further than 1 mile radius from the subject property, right? So real estate, when I say real estate is local, it's almost an understatement. Okay. But yes, welcome. If you're watching me live or rebroadcast, I appreciate you. Welcome. Let's dive in straight into this particular news. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to share my screen and let's read in through this article and let's see if we can extract some lessons, right? As I'm sharing my screen, what is wholesale? Why are we talking about wholesale? Wholesale real estate is the art and the science of finding deeply discounted properties. I take that back. Not properties per se, motivated sellers. Your focus is finding motivated sellers. But of course, the data you're going to be pulling is properties, right? But essentially, you're looking for the motivated sellers that may be attached to these distressed properties, all right? When I say motivated seller, I don't mean that they just want to sell, okay? In the traditional real estate world, a motivated seller is a person that wants to sell. No, they're serious. They want to sell. If they find the right buyer, no. But a motivated seller in the wholesale world is a person who have a desperate need to get rid of a piece of property. It's not necessarily about the condition of the property. Yes, those properties tend to need work for obvious reasons, right? But it's not about that. It's about the fact that this piece of supposedly asset It's now a liability on somebody's financial books. They need to get rid of it. Okay, if you can help them do that, then you can make a fortune. If you can do it over and over again, even better. If you can do it as a system, a conglomerate of partners, a network that you're pushing deals from time to time, that's ideal. Okay, that's why we open up our doors to say, hey, we want to partner with you. If you have a contract that you don't know what to do with it, you're not sure, and you can't find a buyer, let me know. Okay, we're buying. Okay, we would definitely like to buy. And you don't know how to secure contracts, then we have courses and training, even free resources, free training on the homepage of this channel to teach you exactly how to find these deals. All right, but again, shout out to you. Welcome. Let's look at this news. This is about Houston, right? We're looking at Houston. This article on ABC 13 says, now is the time to buy a home thanks to lowering interest rates in the Houston area, experts say. Something is telling me that there's vested interest. Looks like there's a realtor behind this article. Something is telling me that, okay? Because that's not the national news we're getting. Now, I get it that some part of the country seeing upsides and some other part of the country is seeing. So let's see what they're saying in Houston, though. Let's take a look at what they're talking about, right? Houston, Texas, KTRK. With an ever-changing housing market. 1 second, let me see something here. All right. With an ever-changing housing market, experts say now is the time to buy. Who are the experts? Generally, typically, we're talking about a realtor somewhere. They're the experts. Now, of course, they're going to say that now's the time to buy because, again, those commissions, right, will come in if people start buying. So it's their job, kind of like it's the job of a president of a country to sow seeds of hope in the heart of people, right? Occasionally you might see people sowing the seeds of fear, but typically you see the president of a country will say, hey, hope, there's hope, especially when it comes to the economy of the nation, right? There's obviously political agenda behind that, right? So there is an agenda when a realtor, quote unquote, aka the expert, says it's time to buy. But maybe they're right. Let's see if there's a cap to stop here, or maybe they're telling some kind of truth. Kathy Trevino with the Houston Association of Realtors, okay, has been a licensed broker for nearly 26 years. What do I expect Kathy to say? This is the time to buy. Just buyers, okay? My guards are up a little bit. Now, as a wholesaler, you're playing two sides of the same coin, right? You're acting like a buyer at the same time you have to act like a seller. But if you don't act like a good buyer, meaning you're good at securing good deals, if you're not capable of being objective, right? You're probably going to be a terrible wholesaler, right? You will overpay. You will you'll basically lock in contracts that are overpriced, okay? And that's not good for you and your reputation. What you're looking for is deals for your investors, okay? And that's why I said earlier, your focus is motivated sellers, okay? Not just anybody, good old anybody that just want to sell. You're looking for people that have a desperate need to get rid of a piece of liability, right? You get the gist, okay? All right, so nearly 26 years, and says for those looking to buy a home, right now is the time. Again, that's what we kind of expect her to say, right? But maybe she'll tell us something that we can believe in a few minutes, right? Right now is the time. We're seeing prices moderate. Oh, prices are not dropping, they're just moderate. She didn't say prices are increasing, she said moderate, right? That's when they want to be vague. They don't want to tell you too much, okay? We're talking about Houston market right now, right? Shout out to Kathy Trevino. We're seeing interest rates coming down just a tad. Well, I think the Feds are kind of like they slowed down on the interest rate spikes because of all the banks, the regional banks that were in crisis over the past few weeks, right? So she said coming down. We'll see. Maybe she's right. Maybe at the mortgage rates level, right? Trevino said, they're not at an all-time high. She's not saying much. She's not saying the prices are dropping. She's not saying prices are gonna go up. She's not saying anything. She's only telling us it's not at all-time high. She's also not telling us it's all-time low, right? There's not much here, right? Let's keep going. And we're having more inventory on the ground. Okay. Inventory on the ground. More supply coming to the market. Just come and buy. Now, again, you would want a good realtor, sort of kind of like Kathy, to work for you if you were the one selling a house. But if you were buying a house, remember you're playing two sides of the same coin. If you are buying a house, let's say you're generating data, you just came into the market for the first time, you're looking to learn how to wholesale real estate, so you're looking to pick up contracts, you definitely want to be looking at Kathy sideways like that, right? Right, because you're playing a buyer. You need to lock in a contract at a good price, reasonable price for investors that will basically pay for the deal and pay your not commissions, they will pay your fees, your wholesaler fees. Okay, so the lower you can get the deal, the better on this end of the transactions, on the A side of the transaction. Okay, when you do lock up a good deal, then you can play the other side. Okay, you're two-faced. Get it? Okay, so all of these things bear well for buyers. Yeah, right. Okay, but again, if you are going to hire a good realtor to list one of your homes as an investor, you would want someone like Kathy to do that work for you. Okay, Trevino says a big part of that is thanks to interest rates going down. All right, let's see. In today's housing market, she adds, many sellers are lowering their prices and buyers are not having to deal with multiple competing offers. If everybody is shying away from the market, they don't want to buy, yes, it would be a good time to go in the market to look for what? To look for deals, to look for steals. Okay, so she's not necessarily telling any lies here. It just depends on how you see things, right? If nobody is coming into the market, that means you can find really good bargains. So again, like I said earlier, she wasn't saying much, but maybe we can start paying some attention here. Like, maybe since there's not a lot of buyers, meaning there's no demand, right? Maybe this is time to look. Well, for you as a wholesaler, right? For you as a real estate wholesaler, it's always a good time, because what are you looking at? You're looking at comparables, you have a formula, and you're making an offer. Okay, that's how it works for you. Okay, absolutely, she is talking retail buyers. You're absolutely correct, Raymond. She's talking retail buyers, but also she's selling her market. She's a hell of a realtor. Let's just say that. Okay, that's who you would want to represent you right now as a seller. Okay, now let's look at things for buyers. She adds there's more inventory to choose from. Okay, that means there's more supply in the marketplace, right? So if you're a seller, right, this is not a good market, essentially, right? Because there's more properties on the market that will be competing with yours, meaning there's this tendency, probably a need to beat your price down to compete with the other houses. If this was real, we don't have numbers, so we're just looking at what she's saying, right? There are lots of positives for buyers. This is a piece of article to sell more buyers to come into the marketplace. That's the point here. I want you to be able to recognize things like this, okay? Yes, particularly for retail buyers, but a lot of wholesalers are ending up in this space and they're like, oh, somebody said we could find a deal. We could find a good deal, right? We could find a good deal on Zillow, on the market, on the MLS. And then you end up with a terrible deal because some kind of realtor sold you. I went through something similar, okay? In 2005, summertime, I was excited. I was a newbie, stumbled into real estate for the first time. Whoa, we could make a lot of money. I went to some kind of seminar. They called them nighters at the time. And I went there, first time home buyers. You could buy, you could rent. I was like, my credit score at the time was 500 or so. I was like, the mortgage loan officer was like, don't worry, I'll get you a deal. That was that. Everybody was getting a loan. I'll get you a loan. Just go look at some houses. Went to look at some houses, but basically I didn't know what I was doing. I thank God, thank goodness that I didn't buy anything because I didn't know what I was doing. I probably was going to pick up a retail deal. Okay. So, but that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to sell you, come, first time home buyers. That's not the game you're playing as a wholesaler. You need to understand that. Okay. You're playing the game of an investor. Okay. You have a network of investors over here with us and many other people around the nation. And you're looking for a good deal to buy, to lock under contract, under a purchase agreement, so you can flip that agreement, so you can assign that agreement to another person for a wholesale fee. Okay, that's how this works for you if you're looking to make quick money, fast money, especially if you want to build a system out of it. Okay, you're not playing the retail game, you're playing investor game. You're basically finding deals for us as investors, for yourself as an investor. Yes, you are an investor starting from day one. Okay, like I said, Kathy will be a good realtor for you to help you list your houses to sell to retail buyers. Okay, because she will find a way, to tweak her language. Somebody's going to buy something. That's the kind of realtor you want working for you. Okay, but you don't want to be the sucker. Does that make sense? You don't want to be sucker of the game. You want to be the smart one. You want to be the one picking up these deals. At least you want to make sure you know what you're doing. It's not necessarily about the numbers, but understand having a game, having a game plan, having an exit strategy. One of the first things I learned about real estate is exit before I enter. Okay, these are lots of positive for buyers. It just gives them the ability to really be able to look at the market, gauge it, and see if it's the right time to buy. Trevino said, here's another angle to look at this. With real estate as a business model, there is always an angle to sell your market. Whatever it is you're selling, either you're selling a house or you're selling a contract, there's always an angle to sell. There are other people, even buyers. Buyers don't have to be suckers. They may be paying 105% of what the property is worth, LTV, right? But they know what they're doing. They're looking at long term. For you, it's short term. You're looking to make a quick 15, 20 bucks, $20,000 bucks, right? 20,000 bucks, I should say, right? You're looking to make something like that. But the person that's buying it from you, it may look like they're overpaying, but they're playing the long game. So never look at it as, I don't want anybody to be a sucker. All you can do is hope they know what they're doing, because that's not your responsibility. But I told you over the past few years, hedge fund managers coming into the marketplace, overpaying for properties. Now it kind of beat them in the butt a little bit, but they knew what they were doing for the long term. And you need to understand how the money game works, understand the value of money, understand that real estate is still the best storage for value. Okay. That's what makes it one of the best businesses you can find yourself in. Okay. Let's see here. It just gives them the ability to really be able to look at the market, gauge it, and see if it's the right time to buy it. Trevino said, according to an HAR report, she said, more people are buying homes in communities in the north and western parts of the Houston area this year. While Trevino said the current market favors the buyer over the seller. Consulting, well, it makes sense because again, people are panicking. But again, that's only if a seller is desperate. You can only say that if the seller is desperate to sell. Okay. As we move into the nearest future, you're going to see more and more situations like that. People have a desperate need to offload the property, maybe because there's a pre-foreclosure on their records. They haven't paid in 3 months, in 4 months. They need to get rid of the property if they don't want the bank to foreclose on the property. Okay? Remember, we're talking about pre-foreclosure avalanche today. Yes, it's coming. It's not your fault. It's not our fault. It's the cycle. It needs to reset. It needs to complete itself, and it's just what it is. So you need to position yourself to take advantage of the direction that things will be going. Okay? Consulting a professional for anyone looking to buy or sell remains your best bet for getting the best deal. Of course, consult me. Call me. What do we do now? The best thing you can do if you're in the Houston area, as a matter of fact, why not, right? I think this is a very nice piece that, again, we'll learn something from today. right? Let's see. That's oh, she's a young lady. Loyal, Texas. Let me share this with you. Kathy Trevino, Loyal, Texas Properties. I think that's her right there, right? So she has an article right there on abc.com. But anyway, what is the gist here? Okay, the gist here today is that, as always, we're talking about inventory, we're talking about bias, okay, we're talking about more inventory coming very soon in terms of pre-foreclosures. Okay, if you want to track this kind of data, that's how right there, that's Kathy. But if you want to track this kind of stuff, I'll suggest that you go through go start looking at the data, empirebigdata.com, to access and see what's going on in the market, and just start playing around, see what's going on in the market, see how many pre-foreclosures are coming into your market, right? You need to understand what's going on in your market. Even if you're not playing in your own local market, you need to just to play around, right? And then eventually start expanding out. You pay attention to the next county over. Then you can shoot across to Alaska and see what's going on there. And just pay attention to how properties are being sold in and out every day. Money is moving. The question is how much of this money is going to move into your bank account, okay? If you want to take advantage of that, real estate wholesale is still one of the best ways to come in. No experience, no big capital. All you have to do is be willing to invest some time into learning how it works. Stage 1 through 4. Okay. Raymond says she's talking to retail buyers, not investors. That's one of the major lessons today. When you see this kind of messaging out there, make sure you know what you're doing, because they're just doing their job. You need to know your numbers. You need to know how the business works. You need to know everything from data, okay, which again you can find over there, to contact, marketing campaigns, setting up optimized marketing campaign to reach out, to create outreach to homeowners, and then position yourself. Make sure there's strong call to action, so that when they call or when they reach out or when you get them on the phone, you're able to turn them to leads, which means there's an interest in selling. Well, you kind of knew there will probably be interest in selling in this case, because pre-foreclosure, after all, they have a pre-foreclosure on their name. They have a potential reason why they might have to sell as quick as possible. 2 reasons why motivated sellers want to sell. Usually because they need to sell very quickly, right? And price really doesn't matter. They just need to get rid of it. They need to clean this off their books, right? They might want a little something. It's okay to negotiate, but they don't want retail price. Okay, if the property is worth $120,000 in the past 3 months, they're okay with walking away with $60,000, $70,000, and even sometimes $30,000. It just depends on what situation they find themselves. Some people just need to clean their books and start all over again. It's actually a positive thing for them. Then from leads, interest, you lock in a good deal, you lock it up under a contract. Okay, if you don't know how to do any of that, that's a good website to go to. And if you don't have, you want to get going, we have a free course on the homepage of this channel as well. And we have 3 books that you can download all the way for free. Okay, like I said, you can learn everything from stage 1 to 4 for free on the homepage. Okay, and then also, like I said, there's 3 free books if you want to go through the free masterclass. The masterclasses are now on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, so you just have to pick a time that works best for you, and we're looking to partner with you for the exit part of the deals. We want to buy those properties from you. Sometimes we buy them and this deal is right for us. Sometimes we work with some of our investors, and sometimes we just help you all together in terms of deal disposition. Okay, we work out something that works for all of us. We want to be able to make money together. Let's make money together. So get out there, start creating campaigns. Okay, you can't do that if you don't have access to data. Right there, you can start having access to data tonight for free. Just take a free trial of the software. Okay, all right, so that's all I have today. I will be back here tomorrow, probably the same time. My days are busy, so I'll be back here tomorrow. I will want to share some additional lessons. We'll go through the market updates and see what's going on in some of those local markets. We'll take it from there. All right, hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I will see you on the next one. Peace.